Hey guys, it's Postboxpat. Welcome back to a brand new Fortnite Battle Royale video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about everything regarding Astroworld in Fortnite Battle Royale and how much different this is going to be from previous concerts which we've seen in Fortnite, i.e. the Marshmallow concert. So for those that don't already know, Astroworld is part of Travis Scott's albums. It's one of the albums, and it's also part of his crazy concerts which he hosts, which is actually themed around an old theme park. And I absolutely love the design and the concepts which he has created in the music industry. It's kind of game changing for the live scene and kind of game changing for the recording scene as well, from some of the techniques he's used in his songs. So it's just a major collaboration in Fortnite, and I can't wait to give you guys all the details, including the date and obviously a bunch of other leaks that are going to lead up to this event that have already appeared. So all the details in today's video. If you are new around here though, remember to smash subscribe. Roughly 80% of you guys watching the video right now aren't already subscribed to the channel. I'm a hashtag #1 Fortnite source for real legit content for you guys, so get on to that, subscribe, and you will expect real content here, not like any of them fake channels out there. There are so many of them. You can also support me in the item shop. I'm a hashtag Epic Games partner. I do receive 5%. It really does help through these difficult times. Anyway, let's get into this and show you guys all of the details we have regarding this upcoming live event. And am I going to be streaming it? The answer is yes. Alright, so what do we have? Well, first off, we've got this crazy Astroworld orb in the sky. Now this has just appeared today. It's going to be like the comet. It's going to get closer and closer to us back in season 3 when the comet was in the sky before it hit for season 4. Here is a closer up image of this provided by Fortnite and a few other leakers. You can see a little bit of footage of it closer up. It's actually pretty crazy because it looks like some sort of crazy fairground circus type vibe going on here, with even volcanoes inside of it. I absolutely love the design of it. That's what I can see from it. It is quite blurry, so it is quite hard to tell exactly what's on here, but you can definitely see it's kind of got like, it looks like it's theme park rides. You've got tents, you've got a few buildings, kind of like a volcano vibe, definitely giving that Astroworld feel which Travis Scott gives it all his concerts. So I absolutely love the design of this. Now, do I listen to Travis Scott personally? Yes, I've listened to a few of the albums. He's not one of my personal favorite artists, but yes, he has changed the music industry and is a great creator for music. And if you want to listen, you can. It's up to you. It's not everyone's taste of music, but it definitely is worth listening if you're a fan of just music in general and just want to see how developed his music is compared to other people's. It's worth having a look on his impact on the market. So I like it. It's interesting for that as well. Just like the Marshmallow concert, Marshmallow had his own unique taste and did change the music industry. Now, let's talk a little bit further about when the event is going to be. So you guys are probably wondering, when is this crazy event going to appear in game? Well, we've actually seen the first posters appear. I covered these in yesterday's storyline video. Highly recommend checking it out, guys. Great storyline video. Talks about Chaos Agent returning. Really worth watching. But you can see a little bit of a screenshot of that poster on screen. Now, there is rumors to be 2 more posters to appear around the map in the next few days. This, considering that it is a Saturday today, and roughly how long would this kind of object in the distance take to get to us? Now, we can assume that it's either going to be 1 or 2 weeks. If you're asking for my prediction, I think it'll be 1 week from today. So meaning a week today will be the 25th of April. If it, for some reason, by the time it gets to say midweek and it doesn't look like it's getting any closer, then we can assume that the release date for this event is going to be the 2nd of May. Now, the event itself will probably have 2 parts to it. The Marshmallow event had a first part to it, and then it had an encore. The only difference between them was his voice lines, which was live, so he actually recorded it live twice, or filmed it live, or played live twice. Marshmallow did that for us, which is really, really awesome. So I'm assuming Travis Scott may do that. Now, Marshmallow doesn't sing, whereas Travis Scott does. So, you know, that is something which we can talk about as well, because is Travis Scott going to perform live singing? Probably not. So it might just be a replay of the first event. We might just get it live once, and then there'll be an encore, which will be a replay. He may actually pre-record his voiceover though. We're not too sure, because obviously with the Marshmallow event, he was there for the encore, but he did different voice lines, and we saw that. I made a video, the difference between the first and the second one, but the music was exactly the same. The same with the Astroworld event coming very, very soon. So more details on where this is going to land. So where is this huge bright beam in the sky going to aim for? It's actually Sweaty Sands. We saw that from the poster. It's going to crash right in here. It's probably going to hover above Sweaty Sands, and it is actually playing a little bit of music at the minute. Let me show you guys a little preview of that, only really small though. You can hear it right now. Here's a little bit of sound from that. You can look at it in game. If you actually land in game right now and look at this object, it will start to play music. So it's really, really cool, and I like that. Now the only downside to that is the copyright, obviously, for creators. I'm not too sure what's going to happen when this gets closer. For example, say if it starts hovering above Sweaty Sands, like right here where I am now, and then the music's playing, I think this will damage a lot of people's channels because I couldn't turn it off in the copyrighted music section. If you actually look at this, guys, it kind of confirms that it is a live concert as well. If you go down to the right to the bottom here, licensed audio, and read this huge text here, it says this in the second line down. You see this setting does not apply to certain event playlists that feature content that is licensed like concerts. So obviously you can't turn off the audio in concerts. That could be frustrating for a lot of creators if it's going to play music before the concert starts. So you can see it is playing sounds at the minute. It's more kind of like synthy sounds, and the synth it's actually playing is off one of his songs. I believe it's from Highest in the Room, which is probably one of his most popular songs. Not the most popular, but one of them, and it definitely is worth a listen to. It's a cool song, but you know, it's kind of interesting to see that itself is playing. It's more of a ambient to it, so on the actual song it's definitely more upbeat and the synths aren't toned down. This feels like you've got all the top end removed. It's kind of, I'm talking musical terms here, but basically what's happening there is they're removing all the high frequency, so the high notes, and obviously they're allowing the low notes to play through. You'll notice that when you look at it, and you can hear that the low notes start to open up and bring in more of like the mid-range, so like, you know, mid-range, like kind of like our vocal type of voice. You know, my voice is quite bassy, but which is low range. It's complicated if you're not really into music too much, but basically it's just, when you look at it, it's given a very bassy feel, kind of like you're in a, say someone's listening to the music next door and you can hear it through the wall. So that's kind of the vibe it's giving. So take a little look up to the sky and check it out, guys, when you're in game. It definitely is worth checking. So with that being said, how is this concert going to go down? Well, we can expect there's going to be a lot of different stuff. For example, I'm going to put some clips from the Marshmallow concert on screen right now. The Marshmallow concert had huge vibrant lights. It had huge vibrant holograms. Marshmallow himself was there talking live, but obviously he was DJing live as well, but his set itself wasn't actually played like live as in instruments. Now, from Travis Scott's performances, he actually sings live. Now, the singing is 100% coated in auto-tune, and that's something unique he does, and I like that about him. It's quite cool to see an artist do that, so that's what makes it really, really cool, and I think that's really what's going to give this vibe at Sweaty Sands, this Astro kind of feel to like space and vibe. So how's that going to work in Fortnite? Well, I'm assuming that things are going to float, so we may float a little bit like we did in the Marshmallow event, but to a more extreme level. So the gravity could get turned off extremely low, and everything could start rising from Sweaty Sands. You may see all the chairs and all the umbrellas slowly start to rise. Will we see a stage set up? Well, it's actually rumored that it's going to be like an 18 by 18 platform, or was it 19 by 19? I can't remember the exact number, but it's apparently rumored that there's going to be kind of a platform in the sky, and that's what makes me think maybe it's just going to hover above the water here, and the gravity is going to be extremely low, and we'll probably may get jetpacks, maybe not, because the gravity is so low. You may just be able to float up to the island if you jump, which I think would be so cool, and that would just make the event so different. And I definitely think this event is going to be better than the Marshmallow event, just because of the theme behind Astroworld. I think they would have really gone crazy with this. Travis Scott's got a crazy creative mind, and I assume that this is probably going to be very, very creative and very interesting, something we've never seen before in Fortnite. So that's some of my predictions from the start. Now, from the first poster, we know that this section is going to kind of have like a circle around it, which makes me think that gravitational field will be in this area. So that's my prediction so far. I'll keep you guys updated though if my prediction changes when the next two posters come out, and obviously this is probably going to be a week from now or 2 weeks from now, depending on how fast this device gets closer to us, or depending on when the posters get leaked in game or released in game, kind of showing off the event. So that's pretty cool. It's basically, it is 100% confirmed to be Travis Scott because of the music playing. When you look up at the, obviously the comet or whatever you want to call it, the Astroworld meteor planet thing up there, it's really, really cool to see. But how do we know that it's going to be in 2 weeks? Well, every event is on a Saturday. 2 weeks to 1 week, 100% guaranteed. 25th or the 2nd. Make sure you're free on a Saturday. The encore will probably take place Sunday morning if you're based in the UK. So I think hopefully we will get an encore. It's not guaranteed though, guys, because obviously with the Marshmallow event, like I said, the encore was because he can kind of like press play again, DJ it again, or loop the DJ set and talk over it. You know, he could do that. Whereas if Travis wants to sing live again, he may just be a complete replay of the first event for those that missed it. And I think they will do an encore for it, just because, you know, the first one will probably not get everyone involved with it, and it's the sort of thing that's not like a full-on live event. It's not going to do map changes or anything. Actually, yeah, it's going to do map changes at Sweaty Sands, but it's not going to cause any impact on the map from what we know. People were like speculating that it's going to change like the agency to like a Travis Scott agency and stuff like that, which would be so cool, but I just think he's not going to have any impact on the storyline. It's more of like a promotional thing, and also something very, very cool which you just got to go and land out and check out. So I'm very excited for the event, and I hope you guys are too. It's been a really long video me discussing this, but I hope it has given you guys a big insight to the Travis Scott event coming into Fortnite Battle Royale with Astroworld, including the dates which you should keep on your calendar very open. I know many of you probably already have them days free anyway during the current times in the world, and I do as well, but just make sure that you're not at some kind of, I don't know, maybe you're watching a film or you've got something booked in you're doing in the house for that day. Just make sure them 2 days are free, because you've got to make sure you're here for this. It's going to be mega. I'm going to be streaming it if you're allowed to. I'm assuming you will be able to. You just have to turn off ads, which will be perfectly fine. So get excited for it. Come in game right now, guys. Check out the planet/meteor or Astroworld Comet, whatever you want to call it, ball, and look at it in game and listen to the music it plays to get a little teaser for it. And I guess as it gets closer, it'll get louder and louder. So very exciting stuff, really cool. Fortnite are really going at it with the events this season. They really have been working hard, and this is probably one reason why the season has been extended. We've got this happening, and then we've obviously got the live event as well at the end of the season. So much stuff this season. Probably going to be one of the best seasons in Fortnite we've ever had. I'm really enjoying it, and many of us were upset about the extension, but there's no need to be now, because we have another live event coming in the next 2 weeks max, I reckon. So get ready for it, guys. I'll see you guys on my other videos. Go and check them out on screen right now. And once again, this is Postboxpat signing out.